Hello everybody, it's Tim here again, here with another commentary. This time for Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. I figured I did the last like 2 or 3 in a row pretty much, so I figured why the hell not? Why not just go ahead and jump into Part 7? So without further ado, if you'd like to link up, I'm going to count down from 3, well, hold on just a second. Alright, I'm going to count down from 3, 2, 1, pressing play now. Let's get it on, baby. The Paramount logo coming back. I love this opening montage here. It's not as good as the one from Part 4, I don't think, but it's still a really good opening montage here, narrated by Crazy Ralph. Or Walt Gorney, I believe is the actor's name, who played Crazy Ralph. Yeah. Rest in peace, John Carl Buechler. Good makeup effect, great makeup effects artist, I should say. It's sad that he passed away. Yeah, cancer's a bitch, man. And it's also sad what happened in this movie. I mean, I'll go ahead and get into it right now, might as well. But most people who are probably listening to this commentary are horror fans or Friday fans, and they probably already know this, but this film was hacked to shit by the MPAA. Like, completely eviscerated in terms of, the gore scenes, because there's some amazing gore that was filmed for this movie by John Carl Buechler, and it was just, completely, hacked nearly completely out. And those, you can see the uncut scenes or whatever on the DVD and stuff. They are awesome. The gore that was going to be in this movie was awesome. It would have totally amped this movie way up on favorite Friday lists. I guarantee that. I still kind of wish that Scream Factory would have just took a rough cut of the footage and just put it back in anyway, like they've done for other stuff. I think they did the same thing for Slumber Party Massacre 2. They took some rough cut footage and stuff that was of lower quality and inserted it back into the movie, spliced it into it so they could create the extended unrated version. I wish they would have done something like that for this Part 7. I would have been fine with some rough cut footage of lower quality. Just to see that awesome gore, baby. That would have been totally worth it. I love this montage catching up on the first 6 movies, but of course, if you're going into number 7, you haven't seen 1 through 6. I mean, kind of a weird time to jump in on. Of course, Part 6 being an awesome movie and easily the best of the franchise. Oh shit, there comes Jason out the water. On fire. C.J. Graham did an awesome job as Jason in that movie. People forget he's down there, waiting. Of course, it's kind of a big joke at this point, like the police didn't take Jason's body out of there. But you really wouldn't want a movie where Jason was escaping from the cops or something, or the morgue or whatever, so, it makes more sense just to leave him there. Laura Park Lincoln plays the psychic in this. She does a good job, I would say. Of course, Terry Kaiser, the dude from Weekend at Bernie's, is in this, playing an asshole. Who also gets killed and becomes a corpse. Kane Hodder is Jason, baby, his first outing. From the rest of the series on to the reboot. Well, let's count Freddy vs. Jason. Some people don't like the score in this one. I don't mind it. I don't think it's bad. I can see why it wouldn't be for everybody, though. Let's see how the J-Man's been doing. Of course, we get like another timeline jump here from the ending of Part 6. I'm assuming that this is probably a few months after the ending of Part 6. Not for sure on that one. Oh shit, here comes the abusive dad. Alcohol just brings out and enhances what's already in him. I'm glad that they give the character kind of like a redemption thing, though. Really reminds me of like Jack Torrance from the Shining novel, who also had a redemption arc. And of course, we also get Carrie here, so we get 2 Stephen King books for the price of 1. And yes, this movie is pretty much nicknamed by all the fans as Jason versus Carrie. Can't say I blame them. The title fits. And I like the idea of Jason having like more of a worthy adversary, somebody that can actually go closer toe to toe with him. And also, at this point, you're the 7th movie in. You got to bring something. Okay, we got another time jump that just happened here. Now that Tina, the psychic chick, is much older. I think this is. I've heard that this is supposed to be like a 10-year time jump now for her age, which we got to be heading into the 90s at least at this point. Then, if it's a 10-year time jump, I think the actress who plays the mother here is Susan Blue, maybe. Pretty sure she's done a lot of cartoon voiceovers. Of course, we got Kevin Blair here, who plays Nick. He was in Subspecies movies. I like the first 3 Subspecies. Part 4 is kind of wishy-washy because they pretty much just were running out of money. That was when Paramount pretty much broke off from Full Moon, so they didn't have much money. So they just kind of cobbled together a movie. Oh, we got Melissa. Yeah, the psychic plot line in this used to feel like a jump the shark plot, and you can still kind of see it that way. But for me now, I've pretty much gotten used to it, and I don't really mind it because at this point, 7 movies in, I agree you do need some kind of new challenge for Jason and a way to spice it up even more, keep the franchise fresh. Because these movies they are repetitive. I mean, whether you like them or don't like them, and I'm a huge fan of them, but even I can admit as a big fan, they are repetitive. People go to the woods, Jason shows up, he fucks them up. That's it. So you got to throw in ideas and little things to spice them up, each one to give each one somewhat of a fresh feeling, a new coat of paint, as you could say. Oh shit, he touched her undies. And we got Dr. Cruz with his first psychic energy test here going on. I love this little matchbox trick here, but of course I'm pretty sure it's just a magnet from the underneath the table. But it's still well done though. See, the simplest effects can be the most effective in a movie if they're just done right and they're timed right. You don't need $1 million CGI Avatar budgets to pull off a successful effect, or even a successful movie. I like this movie better than Avatar. I'll just go ahead and say it. Better than Avatar 2, anyway. Ah, fuck it. I like this better than Avatar 1. There are problems here with this script and everything, though. Like, Dr. Cruz, like, his intention is to like, document Tina's psychic abilities and all that. He's deliberately trying to make her stressed out so he can document her psychic abilities. But to what end, though? What's the end goal? I mean, is he working for the shop or something, like from Stephen King books? I mean, what is he trying to do? What is he trying to prove? What does he get out of this? I mean, they never really specify. I guess so he can, like, keep writing papers about her psychic abilities and keep becoming famous, more and more famous because of that. I guess that's all it is. I don't know. Seems like it should be more than that, though. Comes the moving matchbook. Oh shit, she blew the matchbook up. You would think this dude, this doctor here, despite whatever he's trying to get out of this, that he would know to be a little careful. I mean, she murdered her dad, even if it wasn't by accident. So if he pisses her off just by reflex, she might take his head off. This blonde chick right here was also in Slumber Party Massacre 2. I don't think she gets naked in that one, but she does get naked in this one, so kind of weird. I mean, if she was willing to get naked in this, you'd think she'd get naked in that one too. Oh snap. She's going to try to resurrect her father, but instead she brings back the J-Man. Of course, Jason wasn't dead at the end of part 6, so I'm assuming she just kind of wakes him up and snaps his chain. Jason probably gets woke up just by the power of the feeling the psychic energy in the water. Then the chain snaps and he's like, oh dang, I'm back. Because he's pretty much been spiritually bound in the lake since the ending of part 6. I mean, if you think about it, Tina is pretty damn powerful. The fact that she can literally raise the dead and turn people into powerful zombies or whatever. I mean, that's some pretty friggin' strong power. I mean, this character of Tina could have like her own movie, even without Jason. Oh shit, it's Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder does look a little small in this film as Jason, compared to how much bigger he looks in the films past this one. And compared to CJ Graham, he looks a little smaller and leaner. But I love the look of Jason in this. Terrific look. Easily the best in the series. More manipulation from Dr. Cruz. Fresh victims. We got the character Michael and his woman who just showed up. He's going to see for his birthday to the cabin for a surprise party that he doesn't know about. But surprise, though, you're not going to get there. That's Bill Butler, I believe, right here, who plays the Michael character. He was also in the remake of Night of the Living Dead, which is actually a good remake. I actually don't mind that one. And he was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Leatherface. Of course, Nick is the token nice guy character or whatever. We're just supposed to assume that's the reason he's interested in Tina, because she's not like a vapid bitch like all the other women. Which, that is kind of cliche that he's just the token nice guy. There's not a lot to really do with that role. But Kevin Blair does fine here in this movie. Crystal Lake, 5 miles. The characters are walking toward Crystal Lake right now. The Michael character, whatever, Bill Butler. So it's funny because he's heading to Crystal Lake. He's physically walking toward his death, heading into his own demise. Oh, she just got shanked through the back of the head by Jason. You picked a bad time to go take a piss, man. Yeah, Jason's coming for you, Butler. I just realized that Bill Butler was also in Ghoulies 2. He played like the one of the dumb teenagers in Ghoulies Part 2 where they're at the carnival. He walks in there and he sees his buddy's like stereo messed up or whatever, and he picks it up. He's like, Dude, your tunes! That shit was funny. Ghoulies 2 is like the only good Ghoulies movie. I think John Carl Buechler also did Ghoulies Go to College. Good effects, bad movie. Ghoulies 4 is awful as well. Ghoulies 1 is just like mediocre, passable. Ghoulies 2 is the only entertaining good movie of that series. You know, they should have kept that tone for all of them. Goodbye, Bill. Right in the spine, instant paralyzation. Oh, we got the token sci-fi nerd here. The character Eddie. We got the pot smoker here too. We got kind of a nerdy chick in this one as well, or like a more outsider, ugly duckling chick or whatever, supposedly ugly, who ends up dolling herself up later in the movie, right before Jason also takes her out with a sickle. Right now, Jason is inspecting the grounds, looking for fresh meat. The chick right here, the Robin character, she's been in some other stuff, because I've seen her knockers in multiple movies. She's got a good pair. Yeah, that Robin chick is smoking hot. The chick who plays Melissa here, she's also good looking as well. She's pretty. Sorry about that. I had another cough. I'm drinking too fast. Tina's psychic abilities are like all over the place. She has like multiple abilities where she can do many different things. She can see the past, see the future, all kinds of shit, and levitate things. She can raise the dead. So they've just given her like all kinds of random psychic powers instead of one definitive power set. So that's what makes her like such a strong adversary because she can do friggin' anything just about it. Jason stuck a spike inside of the house, or outside of the house, I mean. Actually, why the hell did Jason do that? Because that would really alert people or might alert people to his presence. It seems kind of a weird thing to do for Jason. Dr. Cruz is going to go out there and steal that shit. I was at Scarefest last year. Terry Kaiser was there. Uh, I should have went and met him and got his autograph. I didn't know I got Lisa Wilcox and Lisa Zanes from the Nightmare films, and I got John Kassir, who does the voice of the Crypt Keeper. They were all good and great. I should have gotten some more Jason actors though from Friday films. If I go again this year and there's some there, I will definitely get some Jason autographs this time instead of the Freddy ones. Unless, of course, they bring like Heather Langenkamp out because I got Lisa Wilcox's autograph for Nightmare 4 and 5. So really, there's not many other ones to get. I mean, truthfully, at least for me, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting the actor who played Rick in Part 4. His autograph would be cool. And Ken Sagos, he would be alright. Let's see. Robert England's autograph would be cool too, but it's almost impossible to get his unless you're willing to pay like VIP passes and get that shit there early. So you get in main front of the line. Or you could just order it online, but as much as I love Robert, his autograph is 120 something. I mean, he deserves to charge that because of how many genre films and stuff he's done, how much work he's put in. But at the same time, for me personally, 120 is kind of steep. I can afford it if I want to, but it's not something that I want to go out of my way to get when I can get multiple other autographs, is what I'm saying, from other people. Kane Hodder's autograph would also be cool. Ah, good thing this guy brought a fresh machete. See, Jason doesn't talk, but in Jason's mind, he's saying, "Thank you, man, for the machete." If you actually watch the films, though, most of Jason's kills are with random different objects, and a lot of times with his hands. He really doesn't use the machete that much. It's just like meta knowledge before you go in or whatever that Jason does use the machete that makes you think he uses it more. But same thing with Freddy Krueger. He doesn't really use the glove all that much. Michael Myers, though, I do think does use the butcher knife a lot, which is more his signature weapon. I love the hand through the back kill right there. That was awesome. This is much more of like an agile, like a lean agility Jason. He's still super strong, but this Jason seems faster than the one from Part 6. Oh snap, sleeping bag kill time. One of the best in the series. Jason said, "Come here, I'm tired of struggling with you." Die, bitch. She's dead. That was an awesome kill. I'll say that one's probably my second favorite of the series at this point, next to the sheriff breaking in half at the end of Part 6. I still think the sheriff being snapped in half is probably my favorite kill of the series thus far. Which that could change with the next few movies. Who knows? Laura Park Lincoln, who plays Tina in this, she was also in an episode of Freddy's Nightmares. I think it may have been like the second episode of the series. She was good in that as well. I like that Melissa is like literally out there stalking them. She must have like the super hots for Nick. I mean, Kevin Blair, he's a good looking guy. I mean, damn, she must be like super horny for him. Nick saw it. It was a big pink elephant. There were so many different ideas for like future Friday movies that never got made. There were some that involved like Jason's father, and that script ended up getting canned because they were going to start filming, but when the movie Rings bombed in the box office, they decided not to go forward with it because they were like, well, horror doesn't make money right now because Rings bombed. Like, what the fuck does Rings got to do with Friday the 13th? It's totally different audiences. This is J horror audience, or supernatural ghost audience as well, versus like slasher film audience. Jason will automatically make more money than something like Rings just on name alone. Like the Rings movies or whatever haven't been popular since like the original or since the first American remake or whatever in the United States anyway. Because most people hate Ring 2. So the only one people like is the original. The original American remake, I mean, in the US or whatever. The original like Japanese film and all that is a classic for J horror fans. And the chick here who's supposed to be like the ugly duckling girl or whatever, clearly she's not really ugly though. I mean, they take her glasses off and it's like, and doll her up and it's like, oh, miraculous transformation. It's like she was never really bad looking to begin with. She was also in an episode of Freddy's Nightmares as well. I don't remember which one it was, but she was at some chick sorority or whatever. And there, she wasn't like, they didn't try to like supposedly ugly her up like they do in this movie. She was just looking like herself and she was real pretty in that. And she looks good here too. But yeah, the chick who plays Robin, she's smoking. Oh, Melissa's putting Eddie up to do the mental hospital joke right here. He's so dumb though; he doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. I mean, he has no idea about Tina's past and all that shit. Melissa does though, which makes her super bitch. I will say this Tina character does feel a little bit more like a Nightmare on Elm Street character with the fact that she has all these superpowers and all that. But at the same time, I am glad that she's in this movie just to do something fresh with the series and to give Jason more of a worthy adversary. We are 34 minutes in. Dr. Cruz still trying to start shit. Here's where we get the TV flinging scene at his head. Yeah, I wish she would have hit him with that TV. I will say this, besides the psychic plot, this film feels like much more back to basics in terms of the Friday 13th movies. Like, Part 6 felt very, like, cinematic and felt like they were trying to, like, elevate the franchise like the director was. Other than the psychic plotline here, which makes it fresh, other than that, this is much shot and put together much more like just a standard Friday 13th movie. Which is fine, but it would have been cool if they could have kept, like, that elevation up that was started in Part 6. Nick has a picture of his cousin in his wallet, so they must be pretty damn close. Ooh boy, we're getting some ass. Damn, that's a good looking ass. Damn, he just got axed. Jason said, let me ask you a question. Yeah, that was a good kill with the axe, but I wish it still had a little bit more gore. I mean, just taking like the whole this movie was cut the shit out of it. Like just looking at the sequence, I do think it could have used a little more gore. I like that Jason just drowns this chick though. There's like sometimes like simplicity kills like that work. That you don't have to go like super over the top with it. But yeah, at this point with the token nerd dude here and all that, the series is kind of starting to still run out of steam somewhat in these later movies because I mean you're just getting more of the standard characters that you've got in most of these Friday movies, which is fine. It's still fun at this point in the series, but at the same time you can still feel like the franchise slightly running out of steam, even with the basic formula it's got. But really, that happens with almost every franchise. After so many movies, you're no matter what, you're going to start running out of steam. It happens with Freddy once you get to like part 5 and 6. Even though I like 5, or I've grown to like it for the visuals, you can feel the franchise starting to run out of steam by Dream Child, and in part 6, you can feel them really run out of steam. Even though I can watch 6 as a time waster now. And with Halloween, once they get up to like Halloween 5, you can feel that series like almost DOA at that point. Halloween 5 is freaking awful. Man, Melissa wants that Nick penis like super hard. I know, Star Mummy. No, that's whose autograph I want from this movie. The dude that plays Eddie. If he's still around, I want his autograph, and I want that dude to sign Star Mummy. Oh snap! Cruz took the spot. I guess he took the spot just specifically to keep him there longer. That way he could keep experimenting on his quest to drive Tina crazy as hell. Melissa's manipulating Eddie again. Well, she's gonna find out Cruz's secret. Oh shit, Cruz just found a body. I'm honestly surprised it took her this long to figure out Cruz is full of shit. She found the spot, Cruz. The jig is up. I still wish they would have specified in this movie, like, what the hell does Cruz hope to gain from this? But they never do. Good thing Tina just happened to be there to hear him. Yeah, that's definitely a cliche. But she's getting the hell out of there. Just in time for a vision of her mother's death. I would say at this point, Tina's probably my second favorite hero of the series, after Tommy Jarvis, of course. Which Tommy Jarvis had 3 movies worth of character development, so you're not really gonna pass that character up. Unless you're the J Man, of course. Oh snap, she just dolled herself up. Dolled herself up for death. She's too good looking now, Jason has to kill her. No practical Joker in this one again. Instead, he's kind of been replaced with the sci-fi nerd dude. Of course, why she goes outside to look for the pot-smoking David character is because in a deleted scene, him and Robin were outside smoking together. Why they took that out, I have no idea. She dropped her earring. I like that this one goes back to a darker vibe than the sixth movie, though. Yeah, easily the best look for Jason in the series. This is the definitive Jason look. I like this, though, the way Kane Hodder plays it here. Jason's like trying to peek through the cracks to look for the chick. I like that it just happens to be like a tool shed around Crystal Lake, though. I'm assuming this must have belonged to Tina's father or whatever. Goodbye, Maddie. That was kind of a lame death for her, though, because I would have liked to have seen the gore after all that build-up. Oh, Jason's looking for fresh teenagers. So she's like leading the sci-fi nerd dude on, hoping Nick will come back and get jealous because he sees her with him. But Nick has already made it clear he has no desire for her at all, so I'm not sure what the hell she hopes to accomplish. As soon as Jason gets back to the camp, he's taking out the two black characters first. Jason, you racist bastard. This Skull Crush sequence in the original unrated version, it was awesome. He squishes the dude's head down to like it becomes non-existent, and the gallon of blood gushing out. It was amazing. Jason said it's going to hurt you, buddy, a lot more than it's going to hurt me. He's got the party horn with him, so I'm assuming that's where Jason gets it, to shove in the chick's eye here in a minute. Oh, bam, gotcha. Yeah, that was another lame, like, cut off right there as well. Him squeezing the dude's head with the blood coming out. Completely just cut it out. It was like 2 seconds worth. That's ridiculous. I like this party horn gag here, though, going into the chick's eye. This is good. That was good. She was just using you, Eddie. Well, the stoner's getting laid. Yeah, but once again, like I've said, this you can still feel the series kind of running out of steam at this point. But I still like this one, though. I don't hate any of the Friday movies. Ooh, Jason's in the house. Here comes the obligatory tit shot. Hot damn, those look great. You've smoked your last joint, stoner man. Of course, when you look in the kitchen here in a minute, when the dude goes there to make a sandwich, if you look close, you can spot Jason standing in the corner. I actually missed that like the first 30 times I've watched this movie, and then I finally saw it. Now I can't unsee it. Great shot. Killed while making a sandwich. Have you no shame, Jason? Now, if they really wanted to be creative, they could have had Jason actually kill him with the sandwich somehow. At this point in the series, I will say the kills are also starting to feel kind of perfunctory, like they just have to get to them. That's just the law of diminishing returns. There is fatigue starting to set in, like I've mentioned already multiple times in the franchise at this point. Which is probably why they decided to go to New York for the next one. Keep spicing up the property, try different things, even if they don't work. You never know till you give it a shot. Yeah, like this psychic plot line, whenever it gets to that and stuff, that really is where the movie feels fresh. With the Jason stuff and all that, him killing people, that is where the movie kind of does feel more stale and rote. Like this whole psychic plot, honestly, could have been its own movie, completely separated from Friday the 13th. Even though I am still glad it's here, ultimately. Eddie found the penis enlarger. Goodbye, Eddie. Jason's going after Robin now. She has to die for having a nice rack. looking for a pot smoking lover. He's gone, honey. Oh, I forgot this movie has a jump scare cat. This cat continues to get work. Why the hell there's a cat locked in the closet, I have no idea. Nobody in this movie owned a cat. Where the hell did it come from? I like that you can see the pot head's head in the background here. That's funny. Oh, she found his head. Out the window, would ya? Yeah, that wind that fall and hit was pretty lame. Well, at least Nick's still alive for her. Well, we got Melissa and Dr. Cruz still around too. Oh shit, here goes Tina's mom. I love that Dr. Cruz uses her as a human shield. Easily the most dickish thing by any regular human character in this franchise. At this point. Dr. Cruz doesn't have to outrun Jason, he just has to outrun you. Some people could say this movie is on cruise control. Ha ha ha. Oh shit, here we go. Human shield time. I love that. Cruz is such an asshole. It's great. Go, Nick, go. Get to the bottom of this mystery. Well, it's time for Nick to run into Melissa. They say Melissa for last. It's Melissa. Almost time for the psychic showdown. She's not buying it, Dr. Cruz. Death by Weed Whacker coming up here. Jason's pretty damn good with the power tools. His father must have been a mechanic. Oh shit, Jason's got a Weed Whacker. I love that Jason does have this Weed Whacker, though. I love the implications of Jason killing somebody with a Weed Whacker. Or the idea of it, I mean. Uh-oh. Don't stop and rest, Dr. Cruz. That's a good death with the Weed Whacker. You could have used a little bit. Maybe it could have had more gore, but I was fine with that one. And she found Mom. I don't think Mom's gonna make it, Tina. Oh, the obligatory body discovering scene coming up. Oh, Jason Showdown time. This is what the whole movie's been building to, so this should be when the movie really livens up as much as possible. I really like how these Friday movies, though, come out like one year after another. You can't stop the J-Man with electricity. Electricity brings him to life. I love Jason like leaping through the window right there. That's badass. By the end of this movie here, with this cool climax and Jason's mask coming off and everything, it really elevates Kane Hodder to being the best and most lethal Jason in the franchise. I do feel that Jason kind of like gawks at Tina's powers a little bit too much and gets knocked down a little bit too easy at times. I do like the fact he gets hit in the head by an actual pothead, the pothead's head in a potted plant. That's a nice little gag. I like the roof falling on him right here too. This is cool. Yeah, she's just as powerful as Jason in this film. Very interesting dynamic though by having it be that way. Like in terms of power, she's like seems just as powerful as Jason, just in different ways. Oh, time for the Melissa kill, the one everyone's been waiting for. Surprise, bitch! It's the J-Man. I love the way he picks her up and just like slings her across the television or whatever. That was cool. I like how much agility this Jason has. He's much faster than the one from the last movie. Even though I will say C.J. Graham, of course, is the second best Jason in my opinion. Time to knock Jason's ass out. By having a more evenly matched opponent against Jason, it makes it feel more like an action movie almost. Which, in a way, kind of takes away that horror feel that I do like. But at the same time, I enjoy it. So it's 50-50 on it. Best Jason face look as well in this movie. The mask popping off the face, this is awesome. Yeah, this is the scariest Jason, I think. Especially once he gets his mask off. Of course, Jason said, this means war. We got like 8 minutes left in this one. This is another one that's just kind of flew by. Most of these Fridays, even the weaker ones, they just kind of fly by for me because I'm such a big fan. Oh shit, Jason's back. He looks pissed. Yeah, with the mask off here in terms of his regular face, this is easily the most intimidating Jason, I think. Seeing Jason get held back just by gasoline, though, is a little weak. I love the fire stunt here and how pissed off Jason looks in the face. Kane Hodder does a great job bringing a lot of emotion to Jason. Oh, damn, you're on fire, Jason. Nick, wake up. Here comes the big ass house explosion in a minute. Probably where most of the budget went. I'm not really sure why the house explodes though. I guess maybe the furnace overheats or something. I don't know. I'm not even sure if a furnace overheating can even make a house explode. Probably not. So who the hell knows? Jason's body probably would have been flung from the explosion out into the lake. So that's what would have put him out. Oh, it's over, is it? I don't think so, Nick and Tina. Surprise, bitch, Jason's back. This Jason is like incredibly unstoppable. Like him and Tina may be evenly matched in terms of power, but he's able to overtake her just by the fact he just keeps coming. Of course, the Nick character is pretty useless here in this climax, even though I think the actor does okay with what he's got. I like the redemption for the father here. It's a good idea. Even though he looks way too normal in the face, he should have been decayed like he was originally supposed to be in the alternate scene. I like the father having redemption to like take out Jason and all that, but I will say I think the defeat here and the taking out of Jason is a little weak. It's a little too easy. But overall, at the same time, I still like the catharsis that they're going for here and the redemption of the father. And that's it. Yeah, overall, I used to think this film was just alright. The psychic plotline was just not something I was into, but I've come to accept it at this point. Watching this film again now, I'm like, it's pretty good. I liked it. Nothing. I recently rewatched Part 3 as well. I gave that one like a 2 out of 4 when I did the commentary for it. I said it was just okay. Watching that one again, it's alright. It's still not good, but it's alright. It's better than Part 5, easily, but still not a great film. The next one, Jason Takes Manhattan, is clearly the weakest of the series. So, thank you guys for listening, and I will see you again with Manhattan. But yeah, before I go, though, I'd give this one a 3.5 out of 4 now. It's pretty good for what it is. It's got some pretty good entertainment value. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again.